Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ki Jai.
By offering pranams to all the assembled Vaishnavas, we will start today's journey. So, as I said yesterday, Ramayana is not exactly Lord Ram's pastime. It is Mother Sita's pastime. Sitayam Charitam Mahat. Valmiki very beautifully explains, my dear listeners, this is not the story about Ram, this is a story about Mother Sita. And there was a very subtle, we cannot use the word competition. It is like who will do more sacrifice in the pleasure of Lord Ram? Who will do so much of sacrifice? Lakshmana did an amazing sacrifice. Bharata did a lot of sacrifice. But in that, Mother Sita was in the front position. That is why Valmiki said, Sitayam Charitram Mahat. This is not the story of Ram, this is the story of Mother Sita. She did so much of sacrifice. And this which a common man can never understand in his lifetime, the amount of sacrifice Mother Sita had done. So today, before reaching Chitrakoot, we are going to a place called Sita Madhi, which is on Banaras Lucknow highway. This is slightly deviant route because when we want to go to Chitrakoot from Ayodhya, we take a different route. But when we go to on the national highway, that's a highway from Lucknow to Banaras, Bihar, Gaya, that's the same big highway, which finally goes to Kolkata. In that highway, we are taking a deviation and we are going to a place called Sita Madhi. It is a beautiful village on the bank of river Ganga. A tributary of Mother Ganga called Tamasa. When Tamasa river comes and joins Mother Ganga, in that corner, there was the ashram of Valmiki Maharishi. So from National Highway, we take this route, for 10 kilometers, and it's a Pakka village. Something like we will be transformed for, 20 years, 30 years behind. And you can see only groundnut cultivation on the both sides. And it's a single track road, and we will go and reach this village called Sita Madhi. And we can count hardly some 100 houses will be there in that whole of village. In Middle East and all, even in one apartment, they have, thousands and thousands of residences. But the whole village of Sita Madhi would be like, having 100 houses, all the tiled house, mud house, and you will get this ganna ka juice, sugarcane juice everywhere. So beautiful, serenic, sattvic place. So we reached this village Sitamadi, and what do you see on the screen, that white color temple on the right corner, that is the temple of Sita Mata. And inside, on the left side, you can see Sita Devi picture alone standing on the rocks. That is the main deity over there. And two deities, one on the first floor and one on the second floor of this white temple. On the first floor, you have that dressed deity, Sita Devi, standing with a garland. And in the ground floor, there is an exhibition and where you can see Sita Devi. Very amazing in this village, even today, this is what is something very, very beautiful. Even today, in this village, there are certain number of families, they wear black dress. They don't wear any other dress in their lifetime. They wear always black and no ornaments. And some of them are very angry with Lord Ram. So in this village, in this area, you can see, this is the only place where you can see people worship Sita Mata and there is no Ram. Because temple means you will always see there is Sitaram together, or sometimes Sitaram Darbar, Sitaram, Lakshmana, Hanuman, Bharata, Shatrugna, Ram Darbar you will see, or at least Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman you will see, or Sitaram. But we will never see Mother Sita alone. There is no such temple like that. But this is the only place where you will see Mother Sita standing alone and she's worshipped alone. And people in this village, many of them, they also worship Sita Mata alone. They don't worship Ram and they're very angry with Ram. Some of them are very angry with Ram. And some families there, they even today, they wear black and sacrifice at least one daughter in their family. She will not get married, something like a nun. She will remain a celibate throughout her life. She will not enter Grihastha life. Like the family sacrifices her as the follower of that black dress sect. I forgot their name. They're still there and they live showing their opposition against Lord Ram for rejecting Mother Sita, and they're continuing this sacrifice for centuries. Because Ramayana and Leela took place here in Treta Yuga, yugas have passed, but still some people in this village, they're very angry with Lord Ram, and one baby girl, one daughter of the family will be sacrificed and she will remain, without marriage and wearing black dress throughout her life and serve Mother Sita. Then after some years, another daughter will be sacrificed. So they continue with this culture. So we are in this very, very beautiful holy place that is Sita Madhi. There was a Valmiki Maharishi's ashram at the confluence here of two rivers, where Tamasa river comes and joins Mother Ganga. And in front of this ashram, some 100 meters ahead of this ashram, we can see that broad, huge Ganges, Mother Ganges flowing. And behind this ashram, and we can see Tamasa river flowing. Tamasa is a very small tributary. And there was Valmiki Maharishi's ashram. Very beautiful place. So 2 years have passed after the coronation of Lord Ram. Ram became the emperor. His coronation is over. Pattabhishekam is over. And Sita Mata was pregnant, very close to delivering baby. She was pregnant. And one day, when Bharata was roaming in the night in disguise, they always go around the city, country to know what people are discussing, what is their problem, what they're facing. The kings will go and they travel from one place to another and things like that. So Bharata could hear in a washerman's house, the washerman is scolding his wife, the dhobi is scolding, I am not henpecked Ram to accept, Sita, who had lived with Ravana for 1 year. I am not like Ram. He was screaming at the top of his voice. And Bharata heard this. And Bharata felt very bad. Actually, he pulled his sword to go and chop that Dhobi's neck. But somehow he thought, Lord Ram will never be happy if he does so. So Bharata came back. And Bharata was very upset the whole evening, the whole night. And Lord Ram, because the Lord is there in everyone's heart, and Lord understands what Bharata is going through. And Lord Ram immediately called Bharata and said, what is that matter troubling you? And Bharata said, no, nothing, my Lord. I don't know how to reveal it. Nothing. It's not something very important. But Ram said, Bharata, please, you can please open your heart. Sometimes it is very helpful if we go and open our heart to very senior, mature Vaishnava. The mature Vaishnava who is very close to Krishna in realization, he will be able to dissipate our disturbance, or even simply by sharing to him, that heaviness of our heart will be cleared off. So when Ram very lovingly, Ram, it doesn't have enemies at all. Even with Ravana, Ram never showed enmity. Ram is like a well-wisher of every living entities in this world. If they do even a small seva, that will be recorded and remembered forever, and all their big mistakes will be forgiven. This is the mood of Lord Ram. But when it is compared with human beings like us, we forget all the great beneficiary activities done by someone, and we will simply remember that one small mistake he had done. Lord Ram would embrace everyone. So Ram said, Bharata, just open it up. What is that disturbing you? Then Bharata said, this is what happened. I seek your permission to punish that washerman. If you say yes, I will drag him like a jackal drags the prey in jungle. I will drag him and bring him to the palace and hang him at the entrance of the palace. When Bharata said this, Lord Ram said, everything has a purpose in this world. This is not just happening like that. Don't worry, I will attend to it. And that night, Lord Ram went, and Sita, ever charming, as Sita is like a molten golden color, glowing, Tejaswini, Janaki. When Sita is in front of others, out of respect, it is very difficult to hear what she speaks. When Sita Mata is in front of Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, when Sita Mata is in front of elderly, respectable personalities, even when other family members are there, out of respect, she will speak at a very low voice. It's sometimes difficult to hear, but Ram will understand Mother Sita. Okay, chalo, when Ram is alone with Sita, even at that time, she will speak with a very low voice because very shy. She's very shy in front of Lord Ram. So she speaks always so soft like butter, so gentle. Every single word of Mother Sita will captivate the hearts. So Lord always used to address Sita as a gentle Sita. Janaki, when Lord Ram addresses Janaki very softly like butter. But that day, Lord Ram's heart is pierced with pain. So much of pain in his heart. And Sita is ever smiling, She became so happy when Lord Ram came because every day she gets a very less time with Lord Ram, because of all the royal matters and as duties. Lord Ram gets very less time with Mother Sita. So Mother Sita became very happy and she was pregnant at that time, very close to delivery. So Ram came, gently took the palm of Mother Sita and said, Sita, do you remember that in jungle you expressed a desire to me that you wanted to go and meet the sages once again, especially Bharadwaj Muni's wife and Atri Muni's wife Anasuya Devi. You were very specific that you wanted to meet all the sages and the Rishi Patnis, and you were always talking about them, how they took care of us in the, when we were in jungle for 14 years, how much Anasuya Devi spent time with you, taught you everything. And I understand from your words that we can never repay the debt. When Lord Ram said this, Mother Sita became very happy. And she said, yes, yes, yes. I can never repay the debt, So much the sages and the Rishi Patnis have helped us, taken care of us. They were like a strong support when we were in jungle. That is why it is called, the debt to the sages and gurus. Sages, gurus and Brahmana can never be repaid by us. Because every Brahmana who chants Gayatri Mantra is not chanting for himself alone. He is chanting on behalf of three worlds. Om, Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha. Chanting for three worlds. That's why some Brahmana in this world who is chanting Gayatri is doing for our benefit also. That is why we can never repay the debt to Brahmana. Never repay the debt to sages, because the sages sacrificed their personal life. They became selfless for the benefit of 14 planetary system. And we can never repay the debt of our spiritual master, Gurudev. So Sita became very happy. So she said, are we going to jungle? Are we going again? Are we getting a chance to meet Bharadwaj Muni and his wife and Atri and Anasuya Devi and all the sages and Muni Kumaras, Rishi Patnis? Are we going to take a dip in Ganga? Are we going to take a dip in Tamasa? She became so jubilant and she was talking. And Ram said, I can't come, but I would like, you should go and, meet them tomorrow. And Sita became a little upset because Lord Ram is not coming. But still, she thought, okay, one day I will go to jungle. I will go immediately in the morning and I'll come back. And Ram said, you can take Lakshman with you. And she said, okay, fine. We will go in the morning and we will come back by evening. And she became so happy and she collected so much of valuables, ornaments, jewelry, grains, flowers, fruits, and silk garments, and all sorts of things to give as dakshina. She collected so much, so many bullock carts full of gifts. She was so happy to give charity to sages and brahmanas. And that day night, Ram summoned Lakshman. Lakshmana came. And Ram told Lakshmana, tomorrow early morning, you are taking Sita to jungle. And Lakshmana was a little surprised. He asked, what? Why? Anything specific? And Sita Mata should not travel at this time. She's pregnant. And what is that so important that which she cannot postpone? Then Lord Ram said, Lakshmana, she wanted to meet the sages and give them gifts, but you should leave her in the jungle and you should come back. I am banishing her to jungle. When Ram said this, Lakshmana could not believe his ears. Lakshmana said, Prabhu, what are you saying? What has happened now? Ravana is killed. And what is that? There is no demon. I didn't hear anything. Why are you saying this? Then Lord Ram said, citizens are not happy and I am loyal to my citizens. They doubt the character of Mother Sita, Janaki. So I am banishing her to jungle. Immediately Lakshmana pulled his sword and screamed at the peak of his voice and said, who is that wretched soul? Let me purify my existence by chopping him off and throwing him in Sarayu. Who is that wretched man? Who is that sinful person who had said so? But Lord Ram did not pay any attention to Lakshmana. Lord Ram said, Lakshmana, do what I say. Just take Mother Sita, just take Sita to jungle and leave her there. And Lakshmana's body was trembling with rage. His eyes had all turned red, furious, pulled his sword and he was screaming. And Lord Ram said, this is my order and you do it. And that whole day, night, Lakshmana did not sleep. Bharata was very disturbed. Bharata did not sleep. Lord Ram did not sleep. And Sita Devi couldn't sleep because she was so happy. She's thinking that tomorrow morning I'm going to meet all the sages. I will give them gifts. I will touch their feet. And before sunset, I will come back to Ayodhya. She was happy, and because of her happiness, she could not sleep. Ram, Bharat and Lakshman, all they were pained so much, they could not sleep. Lakshmana was furious, and next day, early morning, Mother Sita was waiting for the dawn, for sun to rise. She dressed herself nicely. She collected all the gifts and told Lakshmana, let's go, let's go, let's go. And actually, she was so happy to go to jungle. And Lakshmana, like a dead man walking, like a jata, which has lost life, lost all the charm. He got into the chariot and the minister Sumantra personally rode the chariot. Throughout the journey, Lakshmana was so silent and Sita was making fun of Lakshmana. Lakshmana, what happened to you? Why are you so disturbed? What is troubling you? Can't you be away from Lord Ram even for one single day? Mother Sita thought Lakshmana is so much attached to Ram that Lakshmana is feeling bad to get separated from Ram. So Mother Sita was smiling and said, Lakshmana, can't you be away from Lord Ram for one single day? By sunset, we will reach back to Ayodhya. What is troubling you? But Lakshmana did not say a single word. They came to this particular spot. And Sita Mata very respectfully got down from the chariot and she told Lakshmana, stop the chariot. I wanted to pay my obeisances to Mother Ganga. So Lakshmana stopped the chariot. Mother Sita got down from she was a pregnant lady. She got down from the chariot and very humbly she paid her obeisances to Ganges. And when she was about to raise up, Lakshmana said, Devi, my pranams at your lotus feet. It is the supreme king, Maharaja, Lord Ram's order that you should be banished in the jungle. Saying this, as though a hot iron rod was pierced in Lakshmana's heart. Lakshmana's eyes and all filled with tears. With such heavy words, Lakshmana walked like a dead body, got in this chariot, and he didn't even turn back because Lakshmana didn't have the courage to turn back. He simply took the chariot and went towards Ayodhya. Mother Sita, what is that I am hearing? I thought everything was over with Ravana's episode. What am I hearing again? Again, Lord Ram banished me. What sin I have done? What a sinful life I am leading. I am always a pain to Lord Ram. Why, Mother Earth, you have not blessed me to satisfy my Prabhu? And Sita was blaming her again and she fell down unconscious. After a few hours, she will regain her consciousness, think that she is sinful, and she will again fall down. Then she was lying down like a dead person on the bank of Mother Ganges. After some time, the disciples of Valmiki, his ashram was very close by, Valmiki's ashram. Disciples of Valmiki Muni, that too especially, the sage Bharadwaja and his wife and Guru Patnis, they all came and they saw the beautiful Sita lying unconscious on the bank of Ganges. And she was like a star fell down from the sky, glowing, Tejaswini. Immediately Valmiki told all the Rishi Patnis and everybody to carry Mother Sita because she was pregnant. They carried her to ashram, and all of them, under the personal instruction of Valmiki Muni, they took care of Mother Sita. And from that day, Mother Sita was eating meager food so that she can live in this body. She would have committed suicide, but she thought, Lord Ram's offspring is in my womb. If I commit suicide, that will be a great sin. Only for the sake of the baby in her womb, Mother Sita was simply eating meager and not talking to anyone. Whole day chanting Ram's name and crying again and again, at the same time being very respectful to the sages. And like a servant maid, Valmiki used to say, Janaki, you please go and rest. But Sita will pull all the menial services and personally do. She was cleaning the ashram and everything with the Rishi Patnis. And whenever the great sage, renounced man Valmiki, whenever he sees Mother Sita, even the sages had tears in their eyes. How nature can be so cruel to her. Everyone was crying. And she delivered the beautiful babies, Lava and Kush. So Valmiki doesn't say much about Lavakusha, but some other personalities like Tulsidas in Ramcharitmanas and different people said different stories. Anyway, at the end of the session, if we have time, we will explain how the twins have taken birth. So the two beautiful boys, like sun and moon glowing, Lavakusha took birth in this Valmiki Muni's ashram. And from the day one, they lived the life of mendicants, sages. So they know what is renunciation. They know what is pain. That is why it is very important to put male child in a strict Gurukul. Because they will know what is tapasya. They will know what is pain of life. They will know how life is so important. They know the reality. So once they're trained properly in Gurukul, they will be bold enough, courageous enough, strong enough, devoted enough to face this material world. But our children are pampered. Sometimes they can't face the reality of this material world. They get into depression. They're very weak-minded. So these two boys, like so strong, like sun and moon, they were completely under the tutelage of sage Valmiki. Trained, Valmiki personally trained them. What is tyaga? What is tapasya? What is renunciation? What is attachment in this world? And more than everything, Valmiki will teach everything about Lord Ram to these two boys. And the two boys so intelligent, and they will absorb everything, and they know Ram is their father. But Mother Sita took a promise, unless and until I give permission, you should never declare to this world that Lord Ram is your father. If anyone asks you, you should simply tell them that you are students of sage Valmiki. And the boys very obediently followed what Mother Sita said. And for them, Sita is everything. They loved Sita more than their life, and they know at the young age they were very well aware of all the trouble their mother had gone through. And every day in the evening they will ask their mother, if Lord Ram is such a perfect being, such a Purushottama, and why did he do this to you? Is it not his duty to protect you? But Sita will gently say, he is a husband and father for many citizens. That is his primary duty. So to protect the whole kingdom and citizens is more important than protecting me. And she will very beautifully develop, trained her sons and, planted the seed of devotion in their heart. Very wonderful boys. And once they completed the age of 12, and Valmiki called one day and said, my dear love Kush, today you can go to Ayodhya. And the boys were jumping in happiness. Are we going to Ayodhya? Yes, you can go to Ayodhya. So this part of the story is differently explained in Tulsidas Ramcharitmanas, but we always accept Valmiki Ramayan to be the strong, proper evidence. So then sage Valmiki told these two boys to go to Ayodhya. They became so happy. And these boys are powerful soldiers. They know Vedas, they know mantras, they're beautiful singers. If they start singing, both of them, the whole world will freeze. So beautiful, divine singing they can do. And they happily said, okay, we are going to Ayodhya. And they're going for begging. The sons, the prince of Ayodhya, who were powerful to rule the 14 planetary system. The two boys lived by begging. Can you imagine? Never think this begging. Why? You see, many people ask why people beg in India. Now the purpose of begging had changed. It has become a cheating. It has become a way of living. But in those days, all the great kings and sages, they were begging so that their ego will be defeated, battered so badly, and humility will come. Even prince, before their coronation, they used to go and beg. And these two beautiful boys were living by begging. And they went to Ayodhya and they were singing nice songs. And what songs they were singing? They were singing Ram Leela, Ram Katha, the glories of Ram. And when Bharata was on the horse ride, he heard this. Two Muniputras, both of them dressed in tree bark and deer skin, tree bark, having malas around their neck. And so sweetly these boys were singing about Ram. Then Bharata stopped his chariot and asked, Are Muniputras, who are you? From which ashram are you? I have never seen you people around. And you are singing so beautifully about Ram. Who are you? And both the boys said, we are disciples of sage Valmiki, students of Valmiki. And they asked, oh great sir, oh respectable. And they're so respectable. They said, oh great sir, Your dress looks as though you are from a royal family. Who are you? If you think it is appropriate, please disclose to us your identity. The way the boys asked, Bharata became so happy. How mannered these boys are, how cultured these boys are, how politely they are asking. The boys asked at the age of 12, if you feel it is appropriate to disclose your identity to us, please let us know who are you. And Bharata was touched by their gentleness. Bharata said, I am Bharata, the younger brother and servant of Lord Ram. The moment Bharata said he is Bharata, they know everything about Bharata. These two boys know. Only thing they have not seen Ram, Lakshman, Bharata, everybody. But they know everything. They have heard so much from Mother Sita and so much from Valmiki sage. So they became so happy. Their uncle is standing in front. They were so happy. Tears were coming in their eyes. They want to run and hug him. But they very humbly paid their obeisances. They so humbly bowed down, paid their namaskara and said, we are blessed to meet you, O great sir. And Bharata asked, okay, are you willing to come to palace? Because I am so sure you are so nectarianly singing. Oh, what an appropriate picture here. You are so nectarianly singing the glories of Ram. Can I take you to palace? Lord Ram will be very happy. Just that boys didn't have wings to fly. They were at the peak of their happiness. They were at the top of their happiness. They said, yes, yes, yes. We would like, with tears they said, we would like to get alms from the great King Lord Ram. They said, we would like to get charity from the great King Ram. And Bharata happily took them. As I told you yesterday, can you see in this picture? Lord Ram had made a golden Sita Vigraha. Sita was always there with Ram in a golden Vigraha form. And the boys went and Ram smilingly asked, Bharata, who are these boys? They look so beautiful, so handsome. They look like suns from the sky. Who are they? Whose children are they? And and Bharata very politely said, my dear Ram, my great brother, O king, these two are the disciples of sage Valmiki. The moment Ram heard that they are Valmiki students, immediately Ram started thinking about Sita, because Ram knew Sita is in Valmiki's ashram. But Ram doesn't know these two are his own sons. And Ram smilingly said, okay, Muniputras, hope everything is well in sage's ashram. Please convey my obeisances to the reverend sage, the great sage Valmiki. What you want, what charity you want. And Bharata intervened and said, oh great king, these boys can sing very well. Do you want to hear? And Ram smilingly said, why not? Let them sing. The whole assembly will be happy to listen to them. And the boys, with tears in their eyes, they started singing the glories of Ayodhya, Koshala Desha, Maharaja Dilipa, Maharaja Dasharatha, Ram get married to Sita. They were singing so beautifully. Ram got very deeply disturbed. The thoughts of Sita, Mother Sita is, again and again in Ram's mind. And Ram saw his Singhasan is empty. Sita Devi is not there. So many beautiful things happened in between. We are not getting into those details. Then Bharata got up and said, Lord Ram, it is very late. The sages have to go back. Then Ram said, yes, the beautiful ones, please go. And the boys, they felt like they want to run and jump and sit on Lord Ram's lap, because father, they were seeing him after 12 years, they're seeing for the first time in life. They want to hug their father and they wanted to openly say, we are your sons. But they were tied by the promise made by Mother Sita. Then Ram said, Muniputra, please go back and you can come tomorrow and continue the singing. And both the boys, they don't have heart to leave their father. They simply turned back and walked. And when they were going up to the doors, Lord Ram will say, "Oh Muniputras, you are so charming, and I don't know why I am so much attracted to you. Can you sing one more song and go?" And both the boys will runningly come back and start singing again. Then again Bharata will say, "My dear Lord, it's very late, let them go." And Ram will say, "Yes, yes, you go." And when they're walking again, Ram will say, "Can you sing one more song?" So whole night, the whole of assembly, and people also heard in assembly, two beautiful boys are singing Ramayana and Ram is enjoying, and people started coming, pouring in. There was no place. The palace was packed. And at the end, Ram bowed down to Vasishta and said, "Oh, Reverend Sage Vasishta, I think it is 12 long years I got separated from Mother Sita. Can I get her back? Can I bring her back? Please grant your permission."